Friends, it's Terry Gaines, independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. In this video tutorial, I'm going to share some cards I created with a beautiful Floral Impressions 12 by 12 designer series paper. This paper is double-sided. You receive 2 each of the 6 double-sided prints in a package. I'm going to be using 4 of the 6 double-sided prints. I'm going to use this print, this one, and this one. And I'm going to start out with that designer series paper already cut to be 3 inches by 6 inches. I'm going to show you 4 different card designs that I've created with my designer series paper starting this size. I also have my card bases already cut. They are the coordinating colors. Love that Stampin' Up's designer series paper, cardstock, ink pads, blends, and many other products are all coordinating. So the card bases I have are Strawberry Slush, Old Olive, Misty Moonlight, and Pecan or Peach Pie. And then I have 2 basic white. I have already got those cut to 5.5 by 8.5. You do receive it in the package 11 by 8.5. And I've got that cut already to be the card base size. And what you would do is for all of these is you would fold them in half. I just line up the corners and then take your finger or a bone folder and just crease that. Or you can take your paper trimmer and the scoring blade and score that. So that's how the card bases are. So what I would personally do, and what I've done ahead of time, is I've taken my designer series paper and I've assigned a designer series paper to each of the different colors. I put this paper with the Strawberry Slush, this one with the Old Olive, this with the Misty Moonlight, and this one with the Pecan Pie. That leaves me 2 basic white left. One of them is going to be for the outside sentiments, the outside embellishments, and the other one is for the inside. Let me show you how I cut the inside. It's the inside for all 4 of the cards. So I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in and show you how I did that. Along the 8.5 inch side, I cut the first cut at 4 inches, and then I rotate it and cut it at 2 3/4. That's going to give me a section like that, 2 of them. For this one, I'll cut again at 4 inches. And then I have this 1/2 inch strip that I'm not going to use for anything. And then I'm going to rotate it, cut it at 2 3/4, and then I get 2 more. Now I can take these, and these can be the inside for my card bases. And it just showcases the beautiful colored cardstock. So that's going to be perfect for the inside. So that's what I did with one of the basic white. Now for the other one, as I mentioned, this is where I'm going to stamp the inside sentiments and have any additional decorating that I'm going to do. So let's start with that first card base or the first card design. So my designer series paper, as I mentioned, starts out to be 3 inches by 6. For the first cards, I have cut that to be 5 1/4. I have an 1/8 inch border, and then that leaves 3/8 of an inch left over, or 3/4 of an inch left over. Then I have that flipped over for a partial layer there, or a background layer, I should say. So let me just give you another tip about this. When you look at the designer series paper, for example, when I cut this one, the back side of that one is green, which would work out okay for this card. But when I cut this one, the back side is the balmy blue, so I just switched these. So before you assemble your card, just match up all of your color combinations, and then you can assemble. I use the Love or Labeled with Love punch, and the stamp sets I've used for all of my samples, the stamp set is called Simply Set. So these are birthday cards. So I've stamped that, and then I punched it out with that punch. Now you can use any punch in any sentiment, but that's a simple card. And as I mentioned, the white is inside. So that's card number 1. So as I mentioned, it's 3 by 5 1/4, and that's 3 by 3/4 of an inch. I will have those measurements on my blog, and you can find my blog by going to createwithterrygaines.com. Now let me show you the second set of cards. The second set of cards, I cut the designer series paper to, it's at 3 inches, I cut it to 4 inches. So I cut it to 4 inches, and then I have the same stamp set, but I used the Just a Note this time for these cards. Stamped it on this paper, punched it out with the 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and then the remainder that I have here, I turned it upside down, and I punched that out with a heartfelt hexagon. If you're very careful, you can get it all to fit in there, and you can punch that out. And that can just be an added decorative layer. So that's how I did these 4 cards. And again, I matched up all the colors before I started adhering pieces together. And so that is card number 2. So for card number 3, what I did was I took that designer series paper and I cut it to be, it's 3 across. I cut it 3 in length. And then I have 2 pieces here. Now what I also did, I'm going to show you on this one here. This is the outside, and the inside is only having a portion of it. I'm going to show it like this. It's only going to have that much visible. So anything here, you can punch out an image. So that's where I got the flower image, is right from here. I took my second sheet and cut out a heartfelt hexagon punch, and I put this on here. The greenery, the leaves, all came from this section that is hidden right here. I cut out all 8 leaves from there. So what I did for this is on the same piece, I cut the heartfelt hexagon pieces, which is like I cut these out. I just punched these out. I also die cut a flower image and colored it in with blends. The dies I used for that are the coordinating dies that go with the designer series paper. These are the Impressions of Bloom. I use this die, and it's the outline die along with the detail die. And then you have a die that will do the center of the flowers. So that's how I did this one, because I utilized the paper back here for all the leaves for the cards. And that's how I did the center, or how I did the center is from this piece of cardstock and colored those in with blends. Now I'm going to show out the product in the bottom, the text portion of this YouTube video, and I'm going to show it on my blog post. In the text portion of this YouTube video, there'll be a direct link to my blog post, so you can get right to the blog post for the measurements. So that was card number 3. And then for card number 4, I took that designer series paper and I cut it to 1/2 inch. So what I did was I cut it, and I have 2 pieces. So I have one that I can use for a future project, or if you wanted to, you could decorate the inside of your card. So that's how I did this one, and I just wanted a small bit of designer series paper and showcase these. So what I did for this is, like I mentioned, that second sheet of cardstock, basic white, is where I got the 4 big flowers, the 4 medium flowers, the 4 small flowers. I got a bonus flower. I got a bonus flower for that one, and then I got all 8 leaves. And then I also can utilize that paper for the center, and I just colored those in with the Stampin' Up blends. So I'm going to have all the materials that I used and the tools I used to create these cards on my blog post. And I'm just happy with how all 4 of these turned out. And the beauty of paper crafting is you can copy somebody's design that they share, or you can use your own idea. Now, this is a card kit that I do have as a thank you gift for qualifying orders if you place an order and select me as your Stampin' Up demonstrator. And if you do, I will be sending you the PDF that has the measurements or the guide for the cutting the inside piece. I will have photos, all the materials I use, the designer series paper, measurements, and I'll have a 4-page PDF that I email you that you will get all of this information, measurements of the designer series paper, as I mentioned. And then this will be a QR code that gets you to this video tutorial. And this will be a click here to this YouTube video tutorial. And this will be sent to you as a bonus thank you gift. But as I mentioned, measurements will be on my blog. You will have also, I will have photos of my cards. It's just the PDF that is the thank you gift. You can find all this information on my blog. My blog is createwithterrygaines.com. I would love to have you subscribe to my YouTube videos. I would love to have you like or comment. I am late to the game in replying to comments. I'll get caught up one of these days. But I also want to just say I appreciate everybody who selects me as a demonstrator. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Take care and happy creating.